recognize that the very molecules that make up your body, the atoms that construct the molecules, are traceable to the crucibles that were once the centers of high-mass stars, that exploded their chemically enriched guts into the galaxy, enriching pristine gas clouds with the chemistry of life, so that we're all connected to each other biologically, to the earth chemically, and to the rest of the universe atomically.
How everything we do and everything we are is energy. One of the ways to demonstrate this is to show that literally the very act of moving is to create energy. Quantum physics tells us that matter is organized energy, and that we can't even move without creating energy, and that that energy travels in space. So we are all connected by energy, not just energy from the cosmos that we're connected by, but we're interconnected with the energy that we ourselves generate.
What happens when we die? It's a question that humanity has wrestled with throughout history. But a new study conducted by NYU may have found some answers.
This particular study is the largest study ever carried out in the world. It was done at 15 medical centers across the US and in Europe. And we studied more than 2,000 people who'd gone through this cardiac arrest or process of death. And we did not expect people to have any consciousness or awareness. But intriguingly, up to 40% of people came back and had a perception of being aware of what was happening to them, even though they had technically gone beyond the threshold of death.
Why do you think that is?
Well, there's a lot to it. I should also add that among that group, 10% had a very deep, profound mystical experience that was very true to them. But interestingly, 2% actually had full awareness, could describe all the events that were going on that were validated. So of course the question is, why does that happen? And we don't have the answers, because to our scientific model, when people have died, there should be no more conscious awareness going on. But it sounds like maybe consciousness is able to continue. And by that, I don't mean that they're awake, but that entity that makes us who we are, makes Sam who he is, makes Rena who she is, the self, the mind, seems to continue and doesn't become annihilated after a person has gone through their process of death.
Ben Alexander, a Harvard-trained neurosurgeon who was a skeptic when it came to religion, survived a near-death experience, and he now carries the memory of what he says was a journey to heaven, a journey that all his scientific training cannot explain.
We are not just the body, we are energy, consciousness, awareness.
And at the end of the day, our minds are, at least to our knowledge, intelligent, but maybe what happens after death is so mind-blowing we cannot even comprehend it, because we are only able to think what our brains can grasp. Maybe it's something our minds can't even piece together.